Well, I've got a new project today. My pastor asked me if I would install a brand new back seat on his EZ-GO TXT. I've never done this before, so I thought it'd be a great idea if I took 5 times the amount of time it would take to install it to record every little bit of it. That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it?
Watch out for the trailer. No.
I'm wide awake.
These are the boxes that the back seat comes in, 2 very large and very heavy ones. The end of it looks like it was damaged, so I opened it up in advance to see if there was any problem and to check the color of the seat to see if it was the proper color. Looks like I lucked out this time. This is the tan model, and we'll be making an almost exact match for the seats that are already on there. Let's see what else is in the boxes. Nice. Put a piece of wood in there to keep it from getting too damaged in shipment. I see that it is bent slightly here. We'll be straightening that out with a pair of pliers. All right. And these units right here. And of course, damage right there. Looks like this thing hit some rough times on the way here. I hope I can straighten that out. Might take a little bit of hammering to do so. And look at the rest of the hardware here. Access panel steps and the all-important instructions. Doesn't look like too many parts here. We've got a plethora of bolts, braces for each side. This particular model of EZ-GO got delivered to the church with a bag cover on it, so we're going to be removing that. That's not included in the instructions, but once that's said and done, we use a 7/16 to remove the backrest and then a 9/16 to remove the bag holders. So we'll be doing that next. Now the next thing it said to do was to remove the nuts from the back of the backrest, but I can't reach that with this basket in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the basket first. Except that it would not come off, so I had to make my way through here and remove them while the basket was still on. Now these are the 9/16 bolts. There's 4 of those to remove from down here, and then there's bolts holding on the roof support that will have to be removed also. After which we have to prop the roof when we remove the support for it. By removing 4 nuts on the bottom and then the 2 on the sides, this is going to slide out and leave the support. And this 2x4 is going to end up holding the support while we work. Let's see how it works. That one's out. That one's out. Here we go. And we're down. Okay. This is what we're left with. The next part of this is to install the mounting trees. That would be these items here. The 3x3 plate goes to the back and the channel goes to the inside. That means this one would go here. And this one would go over here. You use the same bolts that you removed from the bottom of the other unit in step 2 of this, and these will bolt onto that. We'll show you this. Hopefully when you're done and you've got these trees put on, it'll look something like this. I found that the centers on these holes were just a little bit off center and really need to be reamed out toward the inside. The next step asks you to drill out the bag well. It's referring to these little plugs right here. And I found that all you have to do is take a punch and just punch it out, and that's where the next bolt is going to go to hold these in place. Here's what it looks like once the bolts are installed. These supports are set with the leg of the channel on the outside. And note that this is the only time you're going to need to drill. These are what's going to slide up into the slots over here. These carriage bolts get installed right here, and with everything else in the instructions, leave them loose until the final tally on this, because there will always be some adjustment. Put a washer behind and 1 castellated nut. Washer behind. And 1 nut behind that. These just to going through the slots. When you install these nuts on the braces in the front, make sure that they're carriage bolts, because if they're any other type, it'll probably tear up the cushion on the lower seat when it's folded into the cargo position. The armrests are the next part that you're going to bolt on. Both pieces are interchangeable, so you can use one or the other on either side. You just need to make sure that the short end is toward the front of the cart and the long end is at the back of the cart. The footrest gussets are the next piece to go on. They'll attach with a short carriage bolt. These will attach to the foot plate with a 2-inch bolt, castellated nut, and a washer on both ends. There's a carriage bolt that goes into the back. Make absolutely sure that the rounded edge is on the outside facing toward the back. The curved piece will attach right here on the back and will come up and feed into the slot up here is seen at the top of this picture. Here we see everything's already attached now and it's been tightened down. All the pieces are joined and it's a pretty solid piece of construction now. Well, the bottom cushion attaches by 2 bolts, one here with a 1-inch, a nylon washer, a regular washer, and a castellated nut on both sides. This allows it to hinge and pull down into the cargo mode like this. The last task on this will be to install the back seat pads on these and the original, using the original hardware, back onto the front seat. After we finished installing the back seat, we decided we needed the optional grab bar in the back, just in case the pastor decided he was going to tromp on the pedal, he wouldn't leave people flying across the parking lot. The models that we could find out on the web didn't seem to fit, so we modified the bottom plate to accept the one we did get in the mail.
Playing so loudly, sing me now and the night wide away.